Alright, this one's called Inability to Latch. Written on 7/8/2023. And it's so fucking small. Hello? Turn this font up, please. Okay. A little bit of an update to give some perspective to the current issue I'm experiencing. I started working at the grocery store stocking shelves about a week ago, working nights 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. The work is fine, although it can be tiring. One point of interest is the fact that as much as I dislike the work, it doesn't upset me how much the time I'm putting into essentially nothingness. There is no particular outcome as a result of this work. It's purely putting items on shelves and nothing more. This nothingness is exemplary of the issue I'm undergoing. I find myself unable to latch onto something and continue to promote it. For example, many aren't able to latch onto something like playing an instrument. They spend their free time practicing and learning, and it becomes something they look forward to. However, I'm unable to create a latch onto something. Nothing takes hold of me, and I take hold of nothing. Thus, I'm in a spiral in which I cannot promote any form of fun or productivity other than the repetitive work I've signed myself up for. I do have some hopes that perhaps by working I can raise enough funds to try some new things that may help me ease the nothingness and even possibly loosen my grip. On what? Who knows? In the past, writing has been the activity that held me strongly, writing on a daily basis for a little while, but eventually dropping it off for a long period of time. It almost seems uncontrollable, but it must be, because surely there exists something that will captivate me so strongly that it hides in the darkness of my peripheral vision and illuminates the prison I'm willing to stay in. This also plays into the fact that I live in a society that requires one to work for the majority of their lives in order to survive, and if I don't find something I enjoy to latch onto, something else will take its place, even temporarily. Not only do I hope for the hope for the shelf-stocking caliber of work to pay for a vehicle and the hopeful creation of hobbies, I also wish for it to move on to other things, such as paying for college. I think education is the only way I'm going to escape the lowest layers of corporate hell. Perhaps I can find myself a little above, or even the middle. It all feels empty the same, but I do hope that I can find something that can fill the darkness that continues to surround me. It doesn't have to be career related, it can be anything, as long as it forbids that nothingness from torturing my mind while I do anything. The fact that my current feelings and thoughts can be summed up in about 4 paragraphs is a simple demonstration of the fact of my own simplicity in issue. There is no further nuance than these paragraphs, and the issue is plainly present. There is no starting is the hardest part, and there is nothing to start. There is nowhere to go, nothing to think, nothing to be. This is recurring as well. I've previously experienced this issue, and I temporarily sink my teeth into something like psychology, and then walk away like it never happened because it meant so little to me. I wish to find something that holds me so strongly that I can't run away, not that I'd want to either. Time will tell. I wish to find this thing by October, not that October is an arbitrary date, that's the time I'll be working in the new store, meaning potentially more time for myself to sink into the new beloved thing. Did I find anything by October? No. Did this document help anything? No. Rant? I'm not bothering to read off a script, I'm just fucking talking. Fucking freaking out because I hate doing things repetitively over and over again, and then I have to do that over and over again, and I'm supposed to just be content with that? I don't understand how anyone is content with doing the same thing repetitively over and over again. They try to say that, oh yeah, there's slight nuance in the thing that they're doing repetitively over and over again, but that doesn't last. It doesn't always work, because the amount of variation within the thing that you're doing repetitively is just not worth it. It doesn't make it interesting. It's still, at the core, the same thing. And how do you continually do that over and over again? I don't get it. Yeah, right? So maybe something that I would consider not repetitive on that level would be like writing. And sure, it's like on the same level of like, oh, I'm writing, it's still doing the same thing repetitively. I'm still writing every single time. But the topic changes and the way I phrase the words changes, and you know, at least with that, I'm externalizing things, and that's kind of interesting. You know, if I'm just doing like this repetitive thing where I'm just like scanning something and then I'm just typing things into Excel and I'm just fucking doing whatever, it's like, how could anyone be content with that? I mean, wouldn't that make anyone crazy? Wouldn't that make anyone fucking insane? I swear that would make anyone like rational insane. So I don't understand how any of these people do it. Do they just drink? Do they just drink on the job? Are they just on drugs? Like I don't understand how anyone is capable of being that person who does that thing repetitively over and over again. Like, I mean, I don't know, like, you have to, I mean, if you're not doing any of those things, you have to be thinking about, like, putting a gun to your head, like, 8 hours of the day, and then you get back home and you're tired, and you're like, wow, my life is miserable. And you're like, wow, shit, well, my life is miserable. What can I do about this? And then you go out of your way to do all these things to make it not miserable. And then you do all those things, and it's like it doesn't. None of those things actually matter. You try like your hardest, and it's all fruitless. It's like, wow, that's terrible. That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible to experience that. And always be in a state of experiencing that. That would suck.